Taurus! I just sat down with my cards and oh my goodness, the energy coming through for my Taurus friends right now is absolutely electric. I'm talking about someone who's been thinking about you, and they have not one but two specific things they want to say to you when they see you next. And honestly, I don't know which revelation is going to shock you more. Let me shuffle these cards because the universe is practically vibrating with this message for you. I can already feel this person's nervous energy, like they're rehearsing what they want to say in their head over and over again. You know that feeling when you practice a conversation in the mirror? That's exactly what this person has been doing, except they've been doing it for weeks. I need to really tune into this energy because there's something so specific about these two statements. It's not just random things they want to share with you. These are calculated, meaningful declarations that they've been building up the courage to express. And the fact that there are exactly two tells me they've been categorizing their feelings, organizing their thoughts in that methodical way that happens when someone is really serious about what they want to communicate. Okay, I'm pulling the first card and it's the Three of Cups. Now this is interesting because when I think about what someone wants to say to you, I wouldn't expect a celebration card, but here's what I'm getting. The first thing they want to tell you is something about how you make them feel like they're part of something bigger. This person sees you and thinks about community, about belonging, about celebration. They want to say something like, being around, you makes me feel like I'm home, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually home. But there's so much more to this Three of Cups energy than I initially realized. This person has been observing you in group settings, Taurus, and they've been absolutely captivated by how you interact with others. You have this natural gift of making everyone feel included, of creating this warm, welcoming atmosphere wherever you go. And this person has been watching this, probably falling a little bit more for you every time they witness it. I'm getting the sense that they've been in multiple social situations with you, maybe through mutual friends or work gatherings or community events. And every single time they see you bring people together, it reinforces what they want to say to you. You might not even realize you're doing it because it's so natural to you as a Taurus, but you have this incredible ability to make spaces feel safe and inclusive. This person has been talking to their friends about you. I can feel that energy so strongly. They've been getting advice, maybe even practicing what they want to say with their close circle. Their friends know about you, and they've been encouraging this person to finally speak up. The trembling aspect of this reading is starting to make sense because they're not just speaking for themselves anymore. They're speaking from a place of having shared their feelings with others who've told them to go for it. What's really beautiful about this Three of Cups energy is that it represents authentic connection, not just surface level attraction. This person wants to tell you that when they're around you, they feel like they can be completely themselves. You create this environment where people don't have to wear masks or pretend to be someone they're not. And for someone who might have struggled with feeling like they belong in other spaces, this is huge. I'm also getting that this person has noticed how you remember small details about people, how you check in on friends, how you create traditions and moments that bring people together. Maybe you're the one who always suggests group dinners, or remembers everyone's birthday, or creates those little moments that make people feel seen and valued. This person has been watching all of this, and they want you to know how much it means to them personally. Now I'm pulling another card for the second thing they want to say, and wow, it's the Knight of Swords. This is completely different energy from the Three of Cups, which tells me these two statements are coming from completely different emotional places. If the first thing was about belonging and community and feeling at home, this second thing is about action and movement and cutting through all the pretense. This Knight of Swords represents someone who's ready to charge forward, who's been thinking fast and planning even faster. The second thing they want to say to you is something decisive, something that's going to change the dynamic between you two entirely. I'm hearing something like, I can't pretend anymore that this is just friendship, or I need you to know exactly how I feel about you, or even, I want to do something real about this connection we have. The Knight of Swords is all about cutting through confusion and getting straight to the point. While the first statement from the Three of Cups is gentle and community-focused, this second statement is intensely personal and direct. This person has been strategizing about how to tell you this, maybe even losing sleep over the best approach. But here's what's really interesting about this Knight of Swords energy. It's not impulsive, despite how direct it is. Knights can sometimes be hasty, but in this case, I'm feeling that this person has been building up to this moment of clarity for a long time. They've been thinking fast, yes, but they've also been thinking deep. They've moved past any uncertainty about their feelings, and they're ready to act on them. I'm getting the sense that this Knight of Swords statement might involve them being honest about how the dynamic between you has been affecting them. Maybe they want to say something like, I can't keep pretending that I don't think about you constantly, or I need to be honest about what I want this friendship to become. It's going to be refreshingly honest after what might have been months of careful, polite interaction. The trembling makes even more sense now, because while the first statement is beautiful and affirming, this second one is vulnerable and potentially relationship changing. This Knight of Swords energy suggests they've been rehearsing not just what to say, but how to say it with the right amount of directness without being overwhelming. Let me pull another card to understand the underlying emotion driving both of these statements. And I'm getting the Page of Pentacles. This is so perfect and adds such beautiful depth to this reading because pages represent new beginnings, fresh starts, and learning. And in Pentacles, we're talking about something real and tangible they want to build with you. This person isn't just speaking from fleeting emotions or temporary attraction, Taurus. They're seeing genuine potential with you. They're looking at you and seeing someone they could build something lasting and meaningful with. The Page of Pentacles is studious, practical, grounded. Just like you, Taurus. They've been studying you in the best way possible. They've been noticing your habits, your values, your consistency, your reliability, and they want to tell you that they appreciate these qualities that maybe others overlook or take for granted. What's beautiful about the Page of Pentacles is that it represents someone who's willing to start from the beginning, to learn and grow alongside someone else. This person isn't coming to you with unrealistic expectations or trying to force you into some predetermined role in their life. They want to explore what's possible between you two, starting from wherever you are right now. I'm sensing that both things they want to say are actually connected by this Page of Pentacles energy. The community feeling from Three of Cups and the decisive honesty from Knight of Swords are both pointing toward them wanting to build something with you. They want to say that being around you feels like home, and they want to take concrete steps to make that home a reality between the two of you. The Page of Pentacles also suggests that this person has been thinking about practical aspects of a relationship with you. They're not just caught up in romantic fantasies, they've been considering how you two would work together in real life, what your shared values might be, how your lifestyles could complement each other. This is someone who's thinking about sustainable connection, not just immediate gratification. Now I need to understand the timing of when these conversations are going to happen. So I'm pulling the Eight of Wands. Oh, Taurus, this is happening fast. Eight of Wands is swift movement, messages flying, communication accelerating, things that have been building up, suddenly moving into action. This person isn't going to wait much longer to have these conversations with you. I'm seeing this happening in the next 2 to 3 weeks, possibly even sooner. The Eight of Wands suggests that when it happens, it might catch you off guard with how direct and rapid the conversation becomes. They've been building up to this for a while, planning and rehearsing, but when they finally approach you, it's going to feel like everything happens at once. The Eight of Wands also represents messages and communication, which makes perfect sense given that we're talking about two specific things they want to say to you. But this card suggests that when they finally speak up, it's going to be more than just words. There might be texts leading up to the conversation, or they might ask to meet you somewhere specific, or there might be some kind of written element to how they express these feelings. The trembling aspect is so clear now because they know that once they say these things, There's no going back. The Eight of Wands doesn't allow for slow, cautious revelations. This is going to be an all cards on the table moment where they share both statements probably in the same conversation. What's really interesting about this Eight of Wands energy is that it suggests they might have already started moving toward this conversation without you fully realizing it. Maybe they've been creating opportunities to spend more time with you, or they've been more responsive to your messages, or they've been showing up differently in group settings. The swift energy has already begun. The conversation is just the culmination of it. Let me pull another card to understand your role in this situation and how you've been affecting this person. I'm getting the Queen of Cups, which is absolutely beautiful for you right now, Taurus. This suggests that you've been emotionally intuitive about this person's feelings, maybe even before they fully realize them themselves. As the Queen of Cups, you have this natural emotional intelligence that's been picking up on their nervous energy, their increased attention to you, maybe even the way they seem different around you lately. You might have been wondering if you're imagining things, but this card confirms that your intuition has been spot on about the shift in energy between you two. The Queen of Cups also represents emotional nurturing and creating safe space for others to be vulnerable. Without even trying, you've been making this person feel safe enough to develop these deeper feelings. Your natural Taurus steadiness combined with this Queen of Cups emotional wisdom has been creating the perfect environment for authentic connection to develop. I'm getting that you might have noticed this person paying more attention to your moods, maybe checking in on you more often, or being more supportive during stressful times. The Queen of Cups suggests that you've been unconsciously inviting this deeper level of care and attention through your own emotional openness and authenticity. This card also suggests that when these conversations happen, you're going to handle them with grace and emotional wisdom. You're not going to be completely blindsided because part of you has been sensing this building energy between you two. Your Queen of Cups intuition has been preparing you for this moment, even if you haven't consciously realized it. The Queen of Cups is also deeply compassionate, which tells me that regardless of how you feel about this person's revelations, you're going to respond with kindness and consideration. You understand how vulnerable it is for someone to share deep feelings, and you're going to honor that vulnerability, even if you need time to process what they're telling you. I'm pulling another card to see what the immediate aftermath of these conversations looks like, and it's the Six of Wands. Victory, recognition, public acknowledgement, celebration of success. This tells me that whatever develops from these conversations is going to be something that others notice and celebrate. Remember that Three of Cups energy from the beginning about community and belonging? This Six of Wands suggests that the community aspect isn't going away. In fact, whatever this person wants to build with you is going to be something that your mutual friends and social circle are going to support and cheer for. The Six of Wands also represents overcoming challenges and obstacles, and I think both of you have been dealing with the challenge of unspoken feelings and uncertain dynamics. Once everything is out in the open, there's going to be this sense of relief and celebration that you both finally broke through whatever was keeping you from being completely honest with each other. This card suggests that other people in your life have been watching this connection develop and rooting for something to happen between you two. When this person finally speaks up, it's going to feel like a victory not just for them, but for everyone who's been hoping you two would figure things out. The Six of Wands also represents recognition, which connects back to that first statement about how you make people feel included and at home. This person's declarations are going to be a form of recognizing and honoring the positive impact you've had on their life and possibly the lives of others around you. Now let me pull a card about the emotional state this person is in right now as they're building up to these conversations. And I'm getting the Hermit. This explains so much about why they're trembling and why it's taken them time to approach you with these feelings. The Hermit represents someone who's been doing deep soul searching, looking inward, really examining their feelings and motivations. This person hasn't just developed casual feelings for you, Taurus. They've been on a whole inner journey trying to understand what you mean to them and what they want their future to look like. The Hermit suggests they've been somewhat isolated with these feelings, maybe keeping them private while they figured things out. They might have pulled back from certain social situations or taken time alone to really process what they're experiencing. But hermits eventually come down from the mountain with wisdom to share. And that's exactly what's happening here. This person has done the inner work. They've gained clarity about their feelings. And now they're ready to share that wisdom with you in the form of these two important statements. The trembling isn't just nervousness about your potential reaction. It's also the anticipation of finally being able to share something they've been carrying alone for potentially months. The hermit also suggests that this person might have gone through some kind of personal transformation or realization recently. Maybe they've been dealing with other areas of their life that required introspection. And in that process, they've gained clarity about what they want in relationships, and specifically what they want with you. What's beautiful about the hermit energy is that it represents authentic self-knowledge. When this person finally speaks to you, they're going to be speaking from a place of genuine understanding about themselves and their feelings. This isn't going to be a confused or uncertain declaration. They know exactly what they want to say and why they want to say it. Let me pull one more card to understand the deeper spiritual or karmic significance of this connection between you two. And wow, I'm getting the Four of Pentacles. Now, this might seem like a potentially possessive card at first glance, but in this context, it's about recognizing value and wanting to protect something precious. This person wants to tell you that you represent security to them, not just emotional security, but the kind of deep, foundational stability that Taurus naturally provides. The Four of Pentacles can sometimes be about holding on too tightly, but here it's about recognizing something valuable and wanting to build a secure foundation around it. This connects back to everything we've seen in this reading. The home feeling from Three of Cups, the decisive action from Knight of Swords, the potential building from Page of Pentacles, the intuitive connection from Queen of Cups. It all comes back to them seeing you as someone who represents lasting security and stability in their life. The Four of Pentacles also represents careful resource management and long-term planning. This person isn't just attracted to you for temporary reasons. They're looking at you and seeing someone they could build a secure, stable future with. They want to tell you that they're ready to invest their time, energy, and emotional resources into something real with you. But there's also something about the Four of Pentacles that suggests they might be a little afraid of losing this connection once they've expressed their feelings. Part of their trembling might be fear that speaking up could change things in a way they can't control. They've come to value what you two have so much that the thought of risking it feels scary, but they also know they can't keep holding back forever. This card also suggests that both of these statements they want to make are ultimately about creating security and stability between you two. The first statement about feeling at home with you is about emotional security. The second, more direct statement is about taking action to create relationship security. They want to move from uncertainty to clarity, from wondering to knowing where they stand with you. Now I want to pull one final card to understand what the universe wants you to know about how to prepare for or respond to these upcoming conversations. And I'm getting the Two of Swords. This is perfect because it represents decision-making and the need for mental clarity when faced with important choices. The Two of Swords suggests that when this person approaches you with these two statements, you're going to need some time to process everything they're sharing. This isn't going to be a situation where you need to have immediate answers or reactions. The blindfolded figure in this card represents the need to look inward for answers rather than being swayed by external pressures or expectations. This card is telling you to trust your intuition when these conversations happen, but also to give yourself permission to take time before making any big decisions about how you want to respond. The Two of Swords represents thoughtful consideration rather than impulsive reactions. What's interesting is that this card also represents being at a crossroads, which makes perfect sense. These conversations are going to present you with choices about how you want this relationship to develop. The Two of Swords is encouraging you to weigh your options carefully and make decisions based on what feels right for you personally, not what you think others expect or want. The Two of Swords also suggests that you might feel initially conflicted about how to respond, especially if you hadn't fully realized the depth of this person's feelings. It's okay to feel uncertain or to need time to figure out your own emotions before responding to theirs. So Taurus, let me bring all of this together for you in a way that honors the complexity and beauty of what I'm seeing in these cards. Someone in your orbit right now has two very specific, very meaningful things they want to say to you, and they're both significant in completely different ways. The first statement is going to be about how you make them feel included, at home, like they belong somewhere special when they're with you. This isn't just romantic attraction, it's deeper than that. It's about recognizing you as someone who creates safe, welcoming space for others to be authentic. They've been watching you bring people together, make others feel valued, and create those moments of genuine connection that are so rare in today's world. They want you to know that this gift you have hasn't gone unnoticed, and that personally, it's made them feel more at home in their own skin when they're around you. The second thing they want to say is much more direct and action-oriented. They want to cut through any pretense or uncertainty and tell you exactly what they want to do about these feelings they've developed. This is going to be a moment where they stop being passive observers of their own emotions and start being intentional about pursuing something real with you. It might sound like them saying they can't pretend this is just friendship anymore, or that they want to explore what a romantic relationship between you could look like. Both of these statements are coming from someone who's done serious, prolonged self-reflection about what you mean to them. They're not speaking impulsively, even though the delivery might feel sudden when it happens. They've recognized that you represent the kind of security, stability, and authentic connection they want in their life, and they're ready to be completely vulnerable about that recognition. The timing suggests this is happening very soon, possibly within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Your intuition has probably already been picking up on their changed energy around you, and this reading confirms that you're not imagining the shift in dynamics. You've been unconsciously creating the emotional safety that's allowed this person to develop these deeper feelings. And your natural emotional intelligence has been preparing you for these conversations, even if you haven't consciously realized it. When these conversations happen, the cards are encouraging you to trust your Queen of Cups wisdom to respond authentically. You don't have to have immediate answers or reactions. It's perfectly okay to take time to process what they're sharing and to make thoughtful decisions about how you want to move forward. Whatever develops from these honest conversations is going to be something that brings positive energy, not just to you two, but potentially to your whole social circle. The trembling this person is experiencing isn't just nervousness about your potential reaction. It's the anticipation of finally being able to share something profound they've been carrying alone for potentially months. They're trembling because they know these words are going to change everything between you. And despite being nervous, they're ready for that change. What's really beautiful about this entire reading is how much depth and genuine feeling is behind these upcoming conversations. This isn't someone who's going to make casual declarations or put pressure on you for immediate responses. This is someone who's done the inner work to understand their own feelings and who's approaching you from a place of authentic self-knowledge and genuine care for what you two could build together. Trust your instincts over the next few weeks, Taurus. When this person approaches you with these conversations, remember that they're coming from a place of deep consideration and genuine feeling. This isn't a spur-of-the-moment confession. It's the result of serious soul-searching and careful thought about what they want their future to look like. Whatever you're feeling right now as you listen to this, trust that too. Your emotional intelligence has been guiding you toward this moment, and you're more prepared for these conversations than you might realize. You have everything you need within you to handle whatever comes next, with grace and wisdom. I hope this reading brought you some clarity about the energy you've been sensing lately. Sometimes the most meaningful connections are the ones that develop slowly and thoughtfully, with both people taking time to really understand what they're feeling and what they want. That seems to be exactly what's happening in your situation right now, and it's absolutely beautiful to witness.